Hello and welcome to another update, another daily market analysis, FX Centrum daily market analysis. I will cover today cross asset list. I will speak about the coffee, WTI crude oil, US 100, US Japanese yen, pound dollar, euro dollar, US 30, gold market, and dollar index. There was plenty of action that happened yesterday after the CPI announcement in the US, so we have lots of activity, lots of things to cover, lots of markets actually. So I will use, as always, I will use the FX Centrum platform, and we will start with the coffee on the daily chart first. So what we can see here on the daily chart is that the market is trading just at the middle Bollinger Band and 191.50 level, which is quite a important support. And from my perspective, if the market can trade, I will take the trend line tool. The market can break, for example, this previous day low 190.60, trade below. There is a chance for the further downside moment. Coffee market, so maybe even for the retest of this bar low at 187.30 mark. And in case of the rally and potential break of 198, which is at this point here, then there is a chance for the higher prices in the move towards the 200. So pay attention on those reference points for the downside break and retest of 187 or rejection of this middle Bollinger Band and potential test of highs. Now what is interesting, what I found very interesting is the crude oil. We had a perfect bull flag on an hourly time frame. We can see here that market traded. So we can see here market traded higher and then pulled back, a natural pullback towards the middle Bollinger Band, and then it's starting to build higher lows. So it seems like there is more room for the higher prices on the crude oil. If we go and check the daily time frame situation there, we can see that market actually had rejection 2 days ago of this middle rising 20 moving average, 20-day moving average. We took this pin bar, and I will just go here and this pin bar tail at 77.20 yesterday and closed above. So there is a chance from my perspective for the market bigger rally in the next period, in the next couple of days or so. So there is a chance for the retest of 79.15, but also there is a chance for the higher prices towards the next important pivot level, which is the 82.20 mark, and then we have also the 85 mark, like the third objective. The stochastic oscillator is showing the rally basically, and the faster line is rising aggressively. Also the slow line starting, also it went from a downsloping to and turned to the upside. Now US 100, what happened yesterday is the market traded lower. I spoke about this in my previous daily market update. So we had the market an upper Bollinger, and basically what market did yesterday just went down towards the middle Bollinger Band. So at this point, it'd be the question: can the market sustain the middle Bollinger Band, or we may have the breakout of this pin bar low? And I will put a horizontal line there so you can see that we have a 17,472 like a pin bar low, and actually quite important support level. In case of that downside breakout of that level, then there will be a chance for the potential bigger downside movement even towards the 17,185, which is lower Bollinger Band, and also fall from background. Now we can also consult, for example, hourly time frame. We can see here that the Bollinger is contracting, and that we had some bull divergences on hourly, which resulted this rally. But at this point, I would like to see after this contraction, can we have another down break, or we may have the upside rally. So this will be important to watch the intraday resistance on the US 100 set to the spin bar highs, I will say around 17,727 mark. See how the Bollinger is contracting, meaning that we're watching for potential breakout in this hourly time frame. Keep in mind this daily time frame. In case of the rejection of this middle Bollinger Band, of course, there is a chance for the market to rotate back towards the previous day high, for example, at 17,900 mark. Now, checking and going through the USD Japanese yen, what we can see here is the market actually traded higher and closed above the upper Bollinger, which is a sign of strength, especially because this came after this mini 3-day balance. You can see here that we had 3 days in a row, pretty narrow days, and then we had a breakout yesterday after the CPI and closed above the upper Bollinger Band. See the stochastic as well is trading sloping upside, and we have more like this, like a hook, a pullback on the stochastic, which is a sign of strength. So there is a chance for the USD Japanese yen to continue higher and to trade even towards the previous swing highs, which is all the way at this point, which is at 151.75. There is a chance for that rally towards that pivot level. On the hourly time frame, we can see the natural pullback, and we can see how the rising 20 moving average present, and we have contraction. So if we have another expansion and re-break 150.90, there is a chance for the higher prices. Now, speaking of the pound, we can see how the market actually a very nice rejection. So there was a potential for the fake breakout of the sellers. They actually went way too fast, way too far initially in this breakout here in the daily time frame. But what happened is market rallied and just tested and rejected yesterday after the CPI announcement, and rejected the middle Bollinger Band, the 20-day moving average, rejected close near the low, and so far today we have a follow through. So it seems like we have a potential for the downside movement, and there is a potential for retest of the low at 1.2517. We also have the important pivot levels. The next important pivot level will be, I will say, the area around 1.2450 mark. The stochastic also, you can see the slow line is going downside, and the fast line just basically corrected. So there is a definitely chance for the lower prices. The next downside reference. Check the hourly time frame. You can also see that perfect bear flag this morning and downside move. So very strong momentum to the downside. Euro, if you check Euro on the daily time frame, we can also see that this rally was just a bear flag. The slow line is basically pretty much down sloping here. Fast line just got the rally here, and that was there is a potential for the lower prices. The next important reference point on the euro dollar is set at, I will say, at 1.0680 mark, and then we also had a cluster of the lows around 1.0540 mark. So like hourly time frame, we can see the perfect bear flag into the downsloping 20 moving average. In the US 30, we have like quite a big drop. The US 30 was very vulnerable because of the bear divergences that we created on the stochastic oscillator. You can see that market closed below the rising 20. It took multi-swing lows in the background. So there is a chance for the market to trade into the lower Bollinger Band and the support area around 37,800 mark. And you can also see here how this stochastic bearish divergence actually played out very nicely in the CPI, then extending this drop happen. So strong downside momentum and potential for the downside movement. US 30. Now checking the gold market, we can see that the market actually broke the, so I will show you this point, go on trend line. So we can trend line and then see here that market broke this very contracted Bollinger Bands. And we have basically the market is now trading close below the lower Bollinger, and the momentum is to the downside. So 1973, the next objective point to the downside. We also have then levels to watch were basically this 1936 mark. So strong downside momentum, basically strong dollar after yesterday's CPI. And even if we go to the hourly time frame, we can see that there was just a very tight consolidation, and now the break to the downside. A very strong momentum, the downside on the gold. And finally, just to go over the dollar index, this is the dollar index chart, this is a daily time frame, and we can see here how the market, especially here, you can see the market had rejected basically the rising 20-day moving average, basically the middle Bollinger Band, and we can see here that market also rejected of the previous swing highs. This was a perfect level, 103.75, very strong support, rising market, and after the CPI market closed above the upper Bollinger, strong sign of strength. So there is a chance in the next period for the market to trade higher, even towards the 105.75 on the dollar. That will be all for this daily market update, guys. A good trading day, and speak to you from tomorrow.